Hey viewers, please rate the video, and if you have any replays just like this one and you'd like me to comment on them, please just send them to me. Send me a message and I'll see what I can do. Enjoy! So Cassidon, yeah, not the best player ever, but yeah, let's not judge him too harshly. Because the early game is just the early game, and even though in a high ELO game this would be over now. There's no way they could come back, because it's not only 4 to 6. That really isn't too much of a problem, the 2 kills, but being this bad at last hitting would be, yeah, would be really bad. So they're expecting a gank here because there were 2 people here, and with no idea where they went. Corki could be here somewhere, because only one of the one of the 2 people is invisible, and with Sona as backup, a little bit behind, he should be fine. Oh, by the way, a lot of people don't know that this green dot here means that someone has his ultimate up. So in this case we can see 2 people use their ult, 2 people have their ult up, so you don't have to ask when they have their ult up. You can actually see. Yeah, so we see a successful gank here. A nice teleport on the ward. Teleports on the wards aren't actually visible to the opponent. So you're only visible once you teleport in, and therefore it was very nice. And Sona is being just a jerk. So very annoying that we cannot see any health bars unless this Corki actually looks at them, because you cannot look at it all the time. But we see the top lane, well, the turret is pretty much dead. Oh, he didn't actually get the skill. Wow. So Corki is just going to back. That's why I was looking somewhere else. So Shaco is again trying to gank or trying to help out. He's doing a good job. He has a high amount of minion kills, considering that he's a jungler. And Cassidon actually getting out. Wow. Shaco actually getting out too. And oh, not getting out. So that was a nice pickup. Shaco was being stupid by running through the turret where they can actually see him. And that way you're just wasting your invisibility. And Cassidon probably went to the summoner platform with only very few HP remaining. Sona took the red. Okay, I have no idea. If you ever see this guy in game, please ask why he's being this stupid. So we have the physical carry here, and he doesn't have red buff now, which would make this game a lot easier for this whole team. And we have a support character who does no damage whatsoever with 2 Tears of the Goddess, which is totally useless because you're only going to get 4 mana per spell. So the second Tear of the Goddess only does what it says, 350 mana and plus 7 mana regen per 5 seconds. That's not really cost effective. So getting the second Tear of the Goddess is totally useless. And getting to what are they called? Staff of Archangel staffs, I think they're called. The thing you build from the Tear of the Goddess. Having 2 of those, it used to be worth it, but not anymore. It used to be that that you could actually have 2 Tears of the Goddess and have more mana that way, or more mana regen that way, but it really doesn't work that way anymore. So they're having some real trouble defending against the pushes, and that's mainly because they're spread out too much. They need to defend at the turret and not try to well, what they're doing now, try to push out every time and yeah, then get ganked by 3 or 4 people and lose a turret. It's okay to be spread out to farm, but if the enemy is making a move, then you should react to that, and not like they are doing, just try to use all your spells on the minions, then just let the enemy push whatever. Yeah, Dragon isn't warded. I really recommend to ward Dragon, and Dragon is gone. And as you can see, Ash was running away, so she probably had something to do with that. So Sona is being a little bit too aggressive again. And here we can see that all 5 of them are here now. There's no reason to... well, the Corki is coming. There's no reason to do this. And the only reason to do this would be if you wanted to gank someone, but there was nobody there at that point. And yeah, so they went all 4 of them went on this one person who was dead anyway, and therefore Tristana could get out. Tristana going a very strange build, but it's okay, I guess. But Wriggler's Lantern, yeah, not the best on non-jungle characters. You need one on Shaco in this case, or need. You could use one on Shaco. And Shaco indeed has one. Because of, well, you get a free ward every now and then. You can ward Dragon with it, or something else, but probably Dragon. But having 2 on your team normally means that, well, you're going for the lifesteal, and there's much better lifesteal items out there. And now that it doesn't, because it used to be a very good item, but last patch they, or the patch before that, yeah, the patch before that, they fixed it so that the 500 extra damage you get from minions, let me find the item here, so you get 500 extra damage to minions with a 20% chance, so that triggers quite a lot. And if you got that, you normally would get the 18% lifesteal, and well, that's a lot of life, obviously. So they changed that because it was really unwanted, because people could stay in lane because of that and make stupid mistakes, so get auto attacked all the time, and just because of this 500 extra damage and the lifesteal, they would be able to stay in lane continuously, even though they were just, yeah, not doing their best. I mean, if you want to stay in lane, you can, but you have to be really careful not getting hit by opponents. So they take out another turret, which is excellent. By the way, notice that top lane and bottom lane are again just free XP. Nobody's picking it up, and they're just going after people that they cannot catch anyway, because they're way too close to the turret. The better idea is to send someone here, just let this lane push a little bit, and once the enemy comes to one of the lanes, you actually have some room to gank them. Well, in this case, since nobody comes at all, they can take out a turret. But they could have done that with 3 people just as well as they can do with 5. So as you can see, none of them get damaged, and yeah, I don't know what the enemy team is doing here, because they were ahead at some point. But now, well, Corki already at 100 creep kills, Tristana too. They're both really good farmers, but all of the rest really far behind. Well, Vladimir is doing quite okay, but well, the rest very far behind, and probably should do a little bit more of an effort to get more minion kills, more gold. Vladimir is going to pick this up together with Kassadin, so Kassadin is probably going to get all of it. Okay, not entirely. And the enemy is now pushing this, but as you can see there's only 3 of them, and they can now engage with 5 of them by coming up from behind or coming up from the sides. And now there's only 2 even, because, well, the Tristana went here, Shaco is here somewhere, and Irelia's here, so all in all they should be engaging this, and instead nobody reacts. And nobody reacts to this either. Corki should have definitely gotten this minion wave first before getting back. And it's all these little things about getting the extra XP that's here, getting getting the minion wave before it takes 1/3 out of your turret. These little things make a complete difference in this game. And I'm not saying you're then ready to fight in the 2000 ELO class, but it makes so much of a difference that you can actually win your games consistently. And if you're doing that with the whole team, yeah, you're pretty much unbeatable. If you get more XP, more minion kills than your opponents, then you're pretty much unbeatable whatever you do. Well, you still need to have a pretty decent build, but it doesn't have to be great. So, hang on, I'll pause the game for a while. So, the Magi Soul Stealer, let's see how he's doing on that. I don't know where he is. Here he is. He has 8 stacks, which is pretty good. Then the boots and the haunting guys, which means that he's a little bit high on magic penetration, and he has only, well, 131 ability power. That's mainly due to the Soul Stealer, because the Soul Stealer gives him 64 plus 20, so that's, yeah, the only other thing he has is this one, and he probably could have could have better upgraded this to oh, I forgot the name. Hang on. Oh, this works perfectly. To an Archangel Staff instead of going for the Haunting guys. The Hunting guys. The Haunting guys. It's Haunting guys. But yeah, that would have given him more AP, and magic penetration really doesn't matter too much because, well, except for this guy, nobody really has any magic resist. Well, here's one of the boots, but yeah, that's not too much of a problem. And Shen is not the prime target anyway. So, the Sona, well, she has one Archangel Staff, which is good, and then the Tear of the Goddess really doesn't do anything. So instead of the Tear of the Goddess,